Hey guys, how you doing? The Bomb Y'all fan man here. Shooting a little intro for this video because I shot one yesterday, but it's unusable. Haha. Doing a little work on the Hunter Montvale because I have housemates and they broke it. And how did they break it? Well, it's one of the plastic grilled ones with the egg crate, the eggshell grill, whatever you call them, egg crate shape, and it just got broken. Someone went to put something in somewhere and knocked into it, and it got broken. This is why I don't buy plastic fans. I don't care if I'm usually the one who breaks them anyway, so I can't even blame the housemates. It just is what it is. So I decided to get some epoxy and epoxy up the broken bits. I did it attached to the fan, and I'll show you a little bit of that process. Pretty easy to do, and I'll show you how it turned out as well. Hey folks, welcome again to the Bomb Y'all. We're here with a fan that really is incredible. I don't know. This thing runs so nice and very quiet. This is a 7-blade Hunter. This is the full Monty. It's even called Montvale, with the light and the thermostat and 3-speed reversible. But of course, it's got this egg-shaped grill that they did at the time. And I rarely buy fans with a plastic grill anymore. I'm so clumsy, it's not worth it. But this I happened to stop at a garage sale a couple summers ago, or last summer, or whatever it was. And they were just using it to blow air because it was hot out. And I said, would you sell that? And she offered it. I think I paid what it says there, 15 bucks. I just couldn't pass it up. Really runs great. Have done nothing to it except run it. Very nice machine. The problem is the plastic, right? So I have housemates, and they have managed to break the grill here and here. This was already partially broken, but not quite all the way. This outside was broken off, but it wasn't broken away from the circular plastic part. Now it is. So we're gonna put some epoxy on there, and we're gonna do our best to put some epoxy on here and get this set just where it is in place. I'm not going to take it apart and try to fix it, because then your alignment isn't right, and this is never going to come apart again, and I'll probably just sell it eventually anyway, because again, let someone else break it. You know what I mean? I have this one, and I bought that 5-blade Frigid from the Jersey area, and that's got plastic grills on it. At the moment they're intact, but again, housemates, breakage. And I have, what is the other one? I have a GE with the diffuser, the late 50s GE. That thing's really cool. And again, I just keep it in. I don't use it because frankly that one shakes a little bit. But also the grills are so, I think I repaired that grill actually. If you go way back on the channel, you could see that. Because that had been broken when I bought it. You know, it was like a little cracked. So anyway, let's mix up. I grabbed up this Gorilla Glue epoxy. I don't normally use this stuff. So it seems like every time I use epoxy, it's like the first time I ever used it. So we'll see if we can do a halfway decent job. Trying to glue this up. Maybe we'll see if we can put some paper or something behind the brakes so that I don't glue this thing to the case. But again, if I do, it doesn't matter. I don't really plan to take this apart anytime soon. Most likely this will go to another owner. If you're at all interested in fans, I would sell my entire collection. Just drive up here to New England and with a box truck and just take it all. We could negotiate a price. Give it a thought. I'm not joking. Here we go. One thing I noticed is that this one here is turned a little bit, this center circle here, and I wonder if I can get this to straighten up so that we are lined up correctly. And that looks a little better. Okay, I'm not going to retighten that. Well, maybe I will. Stayed kind of the same. Still feel like it's off a little from right up and down, and I do have this little extra piece. I feel like this might have come out of there. It looks a little too small, a little too big rather. Yeah, there's no, I don't know if that came out of there. That might have come off the other side, the lower portion. But I kind of want this decently lined up. Because I'm really just going to gob it on there and hope that it seeps into the little crevices. I'm not going to take this all apart. You could hardly argue that maybe I should, but I don't know if I have the right clipping, and I just found another broken spot. It actually looks like it might have been repaired because there's some discoloration. Well, I'm just going to start mixing epoxy and gobbing it on here and hoping that it stays. We'll see how we do. Because again, it's a $15 fan that is probably going to break anyway. So at least we're trying something here. Let's try it. All right, I think I have a plan. And hopefully I can show you when I go ahead and do it. I did find some gloves to put on so that I don't get this epoxy all over my hands. Because that's something I'm definitely going to do if I'm careful. So here we go. And we plunge out some so that make sure that we're getting an even amount of both. So far no yellow yet. There we go. Now it's through. Don't know if you saw any of that. Still, the yellow's still coming out, so we need to calm down a little bit. And now let's do our even amounts. It's not really flowing that evenly. That's way more than I need of this stuff, for sure. Put that there for now, and now we just start mixing, I guess, with the mixy side. Can you see? Yeah. So, the smell of epoxy. Lovely, lovely stuff. But we got it ventilated. We got a window open here. So they say mix it for 20 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the grill away from the circle where it screws together to the case. And I'm going to put some of this epoxy on each of the surfaces, the grill itself, and then the round part. And I'm hoping that applying it to both sides and just pressing it back together will give me adhesion without taking this all apart. This really should be plenty, you know, for how much we have to move. So put a little there, put some on there, some underneath on there. Then I'm going to go to my surfaces here, a little here, there, and a little there. And we'll go ahead and plop it together. I'm going to take off any excess as I can. And I'm just going to shmoo a little on here. I picked up that term from the Canadians. Shmoo it on there. Corner, get a little corner of it, and just poop it on there. And hopefully we got enough on there, and that looks pretty good. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move it all again for the bottom side. See if I can show you that. There you are. So we'll do the same kind of thing for the bottom here, and that does mean that the top is probably gonna move. I should have thought about that. But that's okay. Maybe I can do it without letting the top move. Maybe not. And I made some little pieces of this cardboard from the container to just, you know, clean off any excess and any cobwebs from the face of this here. and any excess that might look kind of ugly, like that was. Get them cobwebs, and that looks pretty well held together. I'm gonna put some of this stuff down here on this one while I have it, and ironically this one has spun. I wonder if they're all broken. This area was very bad as well, so I mixed up a quick other batch. It had been too long to use the stuff that was on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off any excess. But I did this one too. This one was pretty banged up as well. Not my doing. I think that's a much older brake, and this was what was holding it all together. So we got some epoxy there, and I'm going to clean that up a tiny bit before it gets too messy. So here we are with the old Montvale, and what I did was I glued up these three corners. This one here, this one down here, and then I mixed up a little more because I realized this one was all ganked up too. I think this one was originally broken when I got the fan, and these two were holding, but got broken today or last week or whatever, recently, last year anyway. But as you can see, it's held on okay. They seem to have done all right, and that should be okay. There's not too much excess. Hopefully I didn't glue the grill to the fan, but this is okay. And I'm going to show you why I like this fan so much, and hopefully it runs just as quiet as it did, you know, before it started rattling, because the grill got broken. So let's check it out. So here it is. You can see someone replaced the cord on this. It's got a really long piece of what you'd call, I guess you'd call, lamp cord from the 80s, the clear stuff, which is fine, whatever. So someone did something to it, and now we have repaired as best we can the four corners of the grill. So hopefully now it doesn't rattle too much when it runs, and let's give it a go. And the first speed is high. There you go, nice and quiet. No rattling from the broken grill, which is just what we've done. And it's got a pilot light that does in fact work, as you can see. Let's show you that going on. So there you go, you can see the pilot light does work. And here's low, and this is one of the reasons I love this fan, because it's pretty much silent. A little bit of noise, but from the other room, pretty big jump up to medium, and then high is just pretty powerful, but again, not that loud really. Then of course it does everything also in reverse, and frankly it's just as quiet in reverse. It's pretty nice. So there you go, there's the Hunter with our grill repair. Now I just gotta find a place to keep it where no one can break it, and it's real heavy. And this is the other thing, you know, like you get the plastic handles and then they break. So far so good, but I try to be real careful to carry it from the sides rather than from the handle, if where possible, you know. So anyway, there's the big Hunter Montvale. Pretty cool fan. Still looking to sell my entire collection of fans, guys. If you have any interest, I would sell a lot of it and keep a few choice things for one price, and then I would sell everything, I mean everything, for another price. If you guys have any interest, maybe a group of you guys get together and buy everything, just rent a box truck and come on up to New England and grab all of it. Let me know your thoughts. Downsizing is part of life, guys, you know. It's been a fun hobby. In fact, I just picked something else up. I've said for a long time I don't buy fans anymore unless I find something really interesting. And I went to an estate sale this morning and bought something pretty interesting, and that'll be the next video. So stay tuned for that. Let me know if you want to buy all my fans, guys. It's very literally all possible. Let me know. And there you go.